You know, as a child, I had my whole life planned out. I knew what I wanted with my life. Some stuff was a bit muddy, like what I was going to study when I left ninth grade, the last 3 years of my school life. What were those going to be? What was I going to study? That was like my main issue. Otherwise, I had everything planned out. I was going to finish school, I was going to save money, I was going to be responsible with my money, I was going to be a success. I had decided that no matter what happened, I was going to be a success. I had everything planned out. I was going to be careful with my money. I was going to save up and get a house, a tiny one, but still a house. I was going to have pets. I was going to get married. I was going to be able to afford the tiny things in life, but still big to me. Like be able to afford having a car, maybe go out to eat out like 1 or 2 times a month, be able to just enjoy life, travel at least like maybe 2 times a year, um, have a job that I liked. I was going to publish books because I love writing. It is my favorite thing, or it was my favorite thing as a kid. I read so many books. I was going to have a little library in my house. Library for me was like the room size of a closet or something like that, with just all the books that I had collected through my childhood just stapled in there. Victory for me would be having a bathroom with a tub. Like a bathtub. That would be a victory for me. Maybe live somewhere with access to a garden, neighbors not too close. I was going to have that as like my dream place. Pets, be able to not worry about what other people thought of me. But life didn't really hand me that plate. I was so sure as a teenager that even though I was the odd kid, even though I was not normal per se, I had my issues. I had a lot of issues. I still do. But as a kid, I knew I was not like other kids per se. But I was okay with that. I knew that as long as I stuck to my plan, I would be able to become a responsible adult. I would be able to help my parents financially, and I would be my own success story. My version of success. Now, that didn't happen for many different reasons. I entered the school I wanted for my last 3 years of studying, but I never really managed to finish my one first goal, which was to be able to finish those 3 years and graduate. That was my number one thing I wanted to have as a success. I never got to do that. My health came in the way, my mental health truly came in the way, and I just could not mentally finish school. I was forced to put down the books very much against my will. I loved the teachers, I loved my classmates for the first time in my whole life, basically. But I was not able to finish school. I wasn't able to finish that first step that I so desperately wanted to finish. I wasn't able to graduate. I wasn't able to get a job. directly after graduation, save my money, get married, have kids, all those things that I'd planned. Instead, I ended up accepting that life doesn't always turn out as we have planned, no matter how much we try to accomplish that goal. Especially if all the cards are laid not against you, but they're not laid in your favor. And no matter how hard you try, sometimes, as I said, life just doesn't go your way. And that's okay. My victory is that I am still alive. My victory is that I choose not to act on impulses that I had and that I was considering doing. I had a wonderful family, still do. And I am trying to crawl my way back to what I still hope to be my success story. I am hoping that one day I will be able to stop taking my medication, which I'm currently trying right now. I am hoping that one day I will be able to finish school, even though it won't be the same, but it will be a victory for me. I am hoping that one day I will be able to live on my own, not be dependent on my parents for emotional support and for everything else that they are helping me with. And I am hoping that one day I can pay them back for all the help they have given me. It feels like it won't ever happen, but I know it's possible and I will make it happen. I have gotten all the help I could possibly have asked for. I have gotten all the assistance and all the cards laid towards my favor. But it's still up to me to lay down the final cards and try to reach my own version of success. It will not be the same kind of success I was hoping for as a child. It won't. But it will be a different kind of success as an adult. When I'm finally able to finish school, when I'm finally able to make enough money to be able to afford paying for my own insurance, for example, as silly as that sounds. When I'm able to move away from home, not rely on my poor parents to be there and support me as if I'm a teenager still. I'll be able to move away from home and somehow pay my parents back for everything they have done to help me and still do. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I am stuck as teenage me. I still live in my child room. I still live at home. I rely on my parents to buy me stuff. Not expensive stuff, but like, I rely on my mom and dad to help me buy my medication because I can't trust the system that is supposed to help me with this to help me with it. I constantly look for a job, even though I'm very unlucky. Hopefully that will change now though. I'm never too old to start school again. Something I've been reminded by the system and also by school. I had the option to finish school when I was still um, sick, so to speak, when I was still home because my mental state wasn't strong enough to go out into the real world. And I stopped like a idiot. I beat myself up over it every single day. And I feel like now is time to finally go back and finish what I started. It won't be easy, but I want to do it. Maybe then I'll be able to get a job and all that stuff. Who knows? The point of this video is just that I want other people to know that life doesn't hand you fruit all the time that is fresh. You will get moldy fruit. I don't know why I'm going with that weird analogy, but you will get moldy fruit sometimes, and that's okay. New fruit will grow on the tree, and you'll be able to eat that fruit. It might take a little bit for you to trust the fruit again, but it will be happen. And it will be delicious. It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to pick up where you left off, or to just create new goals. Create your new version of the perfect life. It's never too late. It might feel like it. I still feel like it. But I know that it's still possible and that you can do it. I can do it. All of us can. It's a very touchy video. I don't know if I will actually upload this to my YouTube or if I will keep this to myself. But no matter what, I just wanted to talk a little. It's very difficult in today's society if you don't fit into a mold. And a lot of us don't fit into a mold for different reasons. It could be that you already have a mental disorder to begin with, or that you're just different. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to have a disorder, so to speak. It makes you you. But the world isn't meant for people that go outside the box or doesn't fit into the mold. You just have to turn the world around and make the world fit into your mold instead. Which is much harder than what it should be, but it's possible. I believe it is possible. And I believe that it's not impossible to make it happen. I think that as long as you know that you have people around you that will help you or that just silently supports you, anything is possible. And I have my family to thank for that. I have friends that I no longer talk to, but that I know is there. I have you guys. And while YouTube might not be my ticket to the life that I want to have, it's still fitting into the category of making me happy. And doing things that makes you happy is very important. I feel like it's important to remember that happiness is something everyone has a right to have. To not always think about the doom and gloom of the world to not always think about all your musts. Well, it is important to remember that real life involves that we must do stuff. I think it's important to do things that you think are fun, that makes you laugh, that makes you happy, and to always remember to do that and that you can have it. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I just wanted to talk. I still talk. I think I was meant to end this, I don't know how many times, but I don't know. It feels nice to just sit down, turn on the camera, and just spill out the things in my head. It's just nice to kinda have a clue that you're documenting something, even if it's not super important to document it. I can't really explain what I mean with that, but a lot of times when I walk around in the house alone and I talk to myself, it feels nice to just document it, even if no one might hear this. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just a nice feeling, I guess. And you just think about all the stuff that you can say, that you have said. You don't really remember everything. At least I don't. I don't remember what I talked about. And since I most likely will not edit this, I won't know. I will never know. And if this does goes up on the YouTube, then I guess this is just your way of not feeling alone, I guess. Because people like us, that are like me, that didn't have all the cards served to you for a successful adult life, so to speak, we often do forget that we are not alone. Because we get pushed down into that dark pit. And it's very easy for us to stay down there and forget that other people are out there just like you, and that we are not alone. Just because other people don't talk about it doesn't mean that they aren't having the same issues. God, this turned dark, but I just think about it a lot. I think about this stuff a lot, of what life could have been. But to think of what life could have been is no use. Because you're here in the now. And it's very important to remember that life will be what you make it from this point on. And everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. You're not alone. And that, in conclusion, life might not have started out perfect, but you can still end up perfect, I guess. That you can still have that success. Maybe not in the great, big quantity that you were dreaming of. But take the success as it comes. Tiny victories. Tiny goals achieved. Like my current goal. I'm going back to school. And I am going to achieve that tiny goal of finishing the grades that I need to finish. Finishing the subjects that I still have. And to finish school. That is my new goal. And I am planning to stick to it this time. And I'm going to finish school. I'm gonna finish it. And that will be one of the goals off the board. Tiny victories are everything, and we have to remember that. Now, if this truly does get uploaded to YouTube and you made it this far, just remember, as I've said so many times, you're not alone. Things are possible, and you can do this. And yeah, I believe in you. You should believe in yourself too. That's about it. Bye.